Coming up on Torrance today, Queen Elizabeth II has passed away and the British community in Torrance reacts. High temperatures lead to the 8th straight day of flex alerts, and Torrance firefighters are helping to contain the biggest fire in our state. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, September 8th. I hope you're wrapping up a productive week. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. Queen Elizabeth II has passed away at the age of 96. She was the longest-serving heir to the throne in British history, and people around the world are mourning her death, including British Americans right here in Torrance.
First thought is, what terrible, shocking news, but I think we were all being prepared for it. The last month or two, I think the Queen has become a little frail. And then yesterday, we did hear that she was having certain problems, and then when her family flew in this morning, all her children and most of her grandchildren were in there up at Balmoral, then I think everybody knew to expect the worst. And yeah, shocking news. I mean, I think she's been around such a long time that and has been such a stalwart, such a dependable figure in the UK that to have an occasion when the Queen is not around is something else. We're going to need to get used to it.
Oh, devastation. I mean, we knew it was coming, but it's always a shock. I thought she'd go on a bit longer because she's like this week she met the new president, and I thought everything was going to be fine. She didn't look too bad. Obviously, I was wrong. So, but it's just, you can't believe it.
As a Brit, what does the Queen mean to you?
Everything. She's like the world to us. She means everything to us. I mean, I was born when she was young, and I've just watched her grow up as a child and having married and having children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and you seem to love the whole family. I think everybody does. Everybody British is devastated for today, shocked.
That's heartbreaking. We thank our fellow community members for sharing their thoughts on this difficult day. The royal family says the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. Queen Elizabeth's son and the new King of the United Kingdom, Charles, released a statement saying this is a moment of the greatest sadness for him and all members of his family. Britain's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, addressed the public following the Queen's passing. She said, "The death of Her Majesty the Queen is a huge shock to the nation and to the world." She also referenced Queen Elizabeth II as being the rock on which modern Britain was built, adding their country has grown and flourished under her reign. Rat Beach at Malaga Creek remains closed as investigators continue to look into a massive sewage spill in the area. LA County Sanitation District officials now say as much as 15,000 gallons of sewage, that's 3 times more than what they initially thought, could have spilled out from a private residence in Palos Verdes Estates starting Tuesday afternoon. LA County lifeguards took a boat out to observe the spill, and public health officials determined it only extended 100 yards on either side of the creek, not reaching the Torrance city boundary. Torrance firefighters say Torrance Beach is not closed at this time because it's not impacted by the spill. However, they ask beachgoers to continue checking with the LA County Department of Public Health for any potential closures. A statewide flex alert has been extended to today, marking the 8th consecutive day of energy conservation due to high temperatures. The alert is in effect from 4 to 9 p.m. to help alleviate grid stress and avoid rotating power outages. During this time, consumers are urged to set their thermostats to 78 degrees, avoid using large appliances, and turn off all unnecessary lights. To pre-cool your home before a flex alert, keep your thermostat at 72 degrees Only use major appliances when absolutely necessary, and adjust blinds and drapes to cover your windows. With temperatures topping 100 degrees in parts of LA, it's important not to forget about our pets, remembering that if it's too hot for you, it's even worse for them. Keep them cool and comfortable, and please do not leave them in a locked car. Take a look at the chart on your screen. It reflects a difference between the outside temperature and the temperature inside your car. During a 95-degree day, your car will reach 114 degrees within 10 minutes. After 30 minutes, the temperature will reach 129 degrees. Let's keep our pets safe. A large wildfire near Big Bear burned 1,100 acres so far. The Radford fire was first spotted on Monday afternoon, and it's been growing with very little containment as it headed towards a ski resort and the wooded terrain south of Big Bear Lake. Several evacuations have been issued and more may be on the way. I spoke with a resident who also heads a very important nonprofit there.
All the snowmaking systems are primed and shooting out water on sprinklers to keep the ground moist. So fingers crossed. I came down the hill with my 15-month-old son just to get out of the smoke. I didn't want to have to deal with the evacuation and the traffic should I had to evacuate. Just made the call to come down early.
Roselle is working remotely while staying with family in Orange County. She hopes to get back to her office at Big Bear Lake next week. At last check, more than 470 personnel are at the scene. Firefighters are engaging on all sides of the current fire perimeter, and water-dropping helicopters are helping out as well. Officials say many years of proactive fuel break work along Skyline Ridge has made the Big Bear community a lot more defensible against this kind of fire threat. Meanwhile, the Fairview fire in Hemet has now burned nearly 20,000 acres, almost tripling in size over the past 24 hours. So far, this fire has claimed the lives of 2 people, caused 1 injury, and destroyed a dozen structures. 4 Torrance firefighters are up there right now with an engine, helping out as part of a task force. They will be there for at least 2 weeks, but could stay an additional week if needed. The next State of the City takes place on Friday, September 16th, and it marks the first public address by Mayor George Chen since he settled into his new position in June. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce is organizing this event at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel on Hawthorne Boulevard starting at noon. In addition to the mayor's address, the afternoon's event will include a luncheon as well as a celebration for this year's distinguished citizen, Don Lee. For tickets and more information, visit torrancechamber.com or call 310-540-5858. The Jean Barnett Athletic Fields at Wilson Park will become the site of a unique event tomorrow as Loyola Marymount University will host a Twilight cross-country meet. The race will feature divisions for collegiate and high school cross-country teams from various local schools and an open citizens race. Athletes will run a course comprised of the 4 fields as well as other dedicated park areas. The event kicks off at 3 p.m. with high school girls freshman teams running a 3-mile race. The last race of the evening starts at 9 p.m. and features high school boys varsity teams. It's also a 3-mile race. Wilson Park is located at 2400 Jefferson Street. Registration for athletes is closed, but the event is open to spectators. Parking is located on the north side of the park at the corner of Crenshaw Boulevard and Jefferson Street. Our city has made yet another national list, this time for promising business opportunities. According to business experts at GoVerizon.com, Torrance ranks 6th in the country for its business savviness. Now, what does that mean exactly? It really has to do with being ambitious. To determine the most ambitious cities in the U.S., researchers looked at 5 factors in cities with a population of more than 100,000 people. Mean income, unemployment rate, level of education, number of business applications, and percent of population that started a new business last year. Upon close examination, Torrance was given the number 6 spot, and here is what they said. Our city is the birthplace of the American Youth Soccer Organization and is also known for its 1.5 miles of beachfront. Torrance has a mean income of $121,500 $596 and a 3.1 unemployment rate. We beat out other California cities such as Berkeley, Downey, and Norwalk. And here are a couple of more fun facts from this research. Among the top cities, the average rate of entrepreneurship went up 2% from the year before, and the average of the population with a bachelor's degree or higher jumped by 41%. Well, as we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, meet students from TUSD's inaugural early college program as they earn college credits since their freshman year of high school. Then learn about the city's newest pilot program featuring touchless pedestrian buttons. And on Sunday, September 11th, see how the community got together 1 year ago to remember the lives lost on this tragic day 20 years ago. All this and more beginning at 4 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on Torrance City Cable. Well, still ahead, it's hard to believe another year has passed. We'll be back with Thoughtful Thursday in 60 seconds.
I've given a lot of thought to this, and I'm here to announce my retirement from sports. Soccer, tennis, volleyball, I've taken my game as far as it can go. The pressure it takes to play at 9 is not what I expected when I started at 5. I'm done with parents picking apart my every move when I just need time to figure it out on my own. I'm through with the coaches that think I'm not strong enough or smart enough, even though my body and brain are still growing. I'll miss my teammates, but I obviously can't compete at this level. Should I try another sport? I think it's a little late for that. So I'm just going to retire. Any questions?
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a story that fits the theme for the day. On this Thoughtful Thursday, a couple of teens I met last year are returning to Seaside Heroes Park this Sunday on the 21st anniversary of September 11th to honor those we lost on that tragic day.
We put up almost 3,000 flags. Each one represents a life that was lost on 9/11. And so to be able to do this and to have people who were alive at the time come up to me and have these conversations, these really serious conversations about where they were and how it affected them and how it affected the country. I cried so many times. It like rocked my foundation. It changed who I was like fundamentally.
Pitchkey will be there with her co-organizer and hopefully lots of other volunteers to plant the 2,997 flags. They will be out there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and invite the community to join them. It's so great to see these young kids and women who were not even alive on September 11, 2001, doing this to remember the lives lost. Then the Torrance Fire Department will also resume its annual tradition of gathering outside Station 1 on 9/11. They will be there for a small-scale event from 9 to 11 a.m. And family members and friends of John Wenkus, who tragically lost his life on the fateful day 21 years ago, are likely to gather once again at a special bench dedicated to him at Hickory Park. Wenkus was a Torrance resident who was on American Airlines Flight 11, which crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a story to share by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great weekend.